Today we're going to talk about RWEnhance2. So I've been running RWEnhance for a while, which gives you some good graphics improvements for Train Simulator Classic. So I thought I'd give RWEnhance2 a go. And tonight we're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. First up, there's the ugly. UAC. It wants to run in admin mode. Of course it does. Alright, it's loading up all my Train Simulator stuff. Oh, it needs to be cooked again. Okay, every time you start it up, it wants to scan through your Train Sim stuff. Doesn't take too long after the first time, so this isn't a big deal. The fact that it wants to run as admin mode, that's not good. But let's look at the good things. Alright, it's taking a little while today. Which is strange because I haven't updated anything in TSC today. I would have thought that was quite quick. But anyway, it does take a long time the first time. So we just did our content cooking. Now, basically all that is it's sucking in all your root data and your rolling stock data so that it can display things for you. And that's fine. That's cool. So you can look at your content and you can find all the things that you've got, all of your different consists and engines and wagons and scenarios and routes. Pretty much the same stuff you can see through the game. I do have to admit it is organised a little bit better here. It's a little bit more of a more modern, more spiffy interface. Whereas TSC is, well, classic. And you have a consist editor. Now this is actually nice. So you can build a new consist that will work in QuickDrive. So you can build a scenario quite quickly for any route, even if it doesn't support QuickDrive, with any rolling stock, even if it's not supported by the route. Okay. That's actually quite nice. I like that feature. You've got lots and lots of settings. So gameplay things, you get new sounds that you can have. You can have onboard radio announcements. You can have an onboard PIS. Now the PIS is pretty good as you're driving along. In fact, you watched my stream from last week in Japan. It announces the stations for you. That's quite nice. There's two ways of running it, using SAPI or Azure. One thing that I didn't think was particularly clear before I bought it is the only way to use the Azure speech engine is if you have a premium subscription, which means you're paying the RW Central people every month. And it's not cheap. Let me just tell you that. When it translates to Australian dollars, let's just say the answer is no. You can set it up so it automatically acknowledges your AWS and automatically acknowledges your CIFA. I'm glad they're turned off by default because, you know, if you turn them on, you want to do it, seriously. HUD-wise, okay, there's good news and there's bad news. We'll have a look at the HUD. We'll come back to it, I think, when we're playing the game. Audio, yeah, you can control your sound volumes and things like that. I was pleased to say it does actually work with Windows 10 and Windows 11 sound redirection, so I can run it out on the gameplay channel through my mixer, for example. That works quite well. There's a bunch of extra sound effects you can turn on. There's some generic things that make the engine sound deeper for diesels and things like that. If you're after really real sounds, you're not going to like it. But if you like a bit more bass, then yeah, you probably will like it. These other ones are quite good. The generic airflow things, they actually do introduce some good things. If it opens a window, if it can detect it, head out and external view airflow sounds. That was my wife telling the cat to stop. Anyway. There's some different sounds with tunnels. I can't quite detect those, to be honest, but I haven't used a lot of tunnel routes. I've only used the Japanese one since installing this. Things like track joints, curve friction, braking friction. Yeah, these are all okay. But, you know, chair squeak and train frame squeak, if they're not in that train, they're probably not that realistic. Yeah. Take the sounds, leave the sounds. I don't know. Yeah. Bit of either. Some days I like them, some days I don't. You can turn them on and off, so that's cool. The shaders. Sad to say, I actually think the original RWEnhance shaders, for my point of view, right, this is purely personal, I think are better. They look better. But you've got a lot more control now. So you can fiddle with them to your heart's content. As you can tell, my sliders are all in the middle. I haven't done a lot of fiddling, so I could probably fiddle them to be more like what I like. So I'm happy with the shaders. You can also import and export presets, so something you might want to run different ones for a different route, for example. Train Simulator itself is just setting it up for how it runs, so you can configure a few things in the game. You can set some of the options on and off inside RWEnhance. I don't really get why you'd want to. I mean, they're the same options in Train Sim. It's not as though it's invented new ones. So let's go into Drive, and here's the first part of looks promising, but is actually kind of ugly. So let's select a route, and let's say, I don't know, Birmingham Cross City. Why not? And I want to pick from some of the scenarios that this route supports. All right, let's go into this one, the up and down the valley. So fair enough. Let's try that. Drive now, it says. So you'd reckon it's going to launch Train Simulator. It does. And then it's going to load up that scenario. Waiting. It's going to load up the scenario, right? Right. Oh. What I actually have to do now is think, what scenario did I choose? I have to go into Drive, and I have to go into Birmingham. Now, which one did I pick? Up and down the valley, that's right. And start. I had to do all that. Why did I have to do all that? That's a bit weird. Okay. Well, it's loading up the scenario. Let's see what happens. And I note that I've turned off Track IR because with RWEnhance turned on, Track IR and the rail driver hate each other. Well, that's weird. And the answer to that, interestingly, when I asked about that in a support ticket was, please try to launch rail driver and Track IR software in administrator mode. Well, no. That's really crap. And I'd have to suggest, I suggested back to Frank that he's opening himself up to a liability telling people to do that. Because when you try and leave the framework of Windows security, well, why don't you just jump up and down on your own nuts? You're going to be better off. All right, so now that we're back in the game, we can begin our service, now that we've manually started it. All right, now let's look at the HUD. Let's look at the whole HUD, actually. Let's turn it on, because I don't have all of the HUD turned on. So let's show the speedometer. We've got the track monitor, and we've got the other things. There's more to the HUD. Sorry. I'll show you other things. There's... Oh, I didn't scroll it. Compass. And there's a speed limit widget. Okay. So we get our little compass thingy in our speed limit widget. And we've got another little speedy HUD down here, which shows the gradient. But wait, the track monitor's showing me a dead flat line. But there's a gradient. But the track monitor's showing me a dead flat line. I put in another support call about that and was told, well, no, the track monitor can't show gradients at the moment. But this can, but this can't. Okay. Technical limitations. I'll go with that. All those things do what you'd pretty much expect them to do, so let's get moving. Let's load up our passengers. You notice it was reminding me to press T, so I didn't do that thing of forgetting to load the passengers at the first stop. Here's a PIS.
Good morning and welcome aboard this train number 3313 bound for Lichfield Trent Valley. Calling at Albuquerque, Barnt Green, Longbridge, Northfield, Kings Norton, Boonville, Saley Oak, University, Five Ways, Birmingham New Street, Aston, Gravelly Hill, Erdington, Chester Road, Wild Green, Sutton Coldfield, Four Oaks, Butler's Lane, Blake Street, Shenston, Lichfield City, and Lichfield Trent Valley. We wish you all a pleasant journey aboard our train.
I don't know why those controls are not doing anything. Weird. So it doesn't like this train, it seems. Because I can't control it with rail driver. And I can't turn on the master key. All right. I'll note that without RWEnhance, I can do those things. All right, let's go and pick a route that works, shall we? Let's jump out of here. And we have to cancel our service from there. So let's pick another route. So scroll up, choose a route. What do I know that works? Tadami, I know works. So Tadami line, all right. And we will go with the Sound of Spring. So we'll drive that one. It's a bit quicker this time because, of course, we're back in here, but we're going to have to go to the main menu so it doesn't get confused. Go to drive, and we want Korea. Probably could have skipped this bit and just done it from here, I guess, but that's okay. And we chose the first one, the Sound of Spring, start. So what we've established is it doesn't work with all the trains, and it blocks you from doing some stuff. Hadn't actually noticed that before, to be honest with you. All right, let's begin our service. So you can hear the extra diesel sound there. That's all right. Let's open the doors. Set our reverser, unless we can in this one. We can set the gears. We can set our headlights. We'll do some other stuff. That one. One of these. Oh, that one. Alright, all the PIS things there sound cool. Now, if we close the doors yet, I'm not sure. No, not yet, so we're waiting for that to happen. When that happens, we'll get a guards buzzer, which is kind of nice. Guards buzzer. Aha! There we go! Alright. Brakes off. And let's drive. So that much of rail driver's working. Horn not working, so no good there. Why are we not moving? There we go. So the PIS stuff's kind of nice. The extra sounds are kind of nice. Let's just turn all those off and see what it normally sounds like. So if we go back to... Did I pick the wrong thing? Here we go. Audio. So that's normal train sim sound. Deeper sound with this. So that's your default sounds, essentially. So let's turn on our curve friction again. So we got a little bit of normal sound. That deep groaning is the curve friction. Let's turn on all of our other stuff. And you can adjust while playing, which is nice. You can turn down the overly loud birds from Tadami route, for example. And you can turn your PIS volume up and down separately. That's nice. The chair creaks I could do without, because to be honest, I spent ages cleaning up my streaming setup, so I didn't make things creak, and it introduces creaks. But yeah, it's just for streamers, and no one else would care. HUD-wise, yeah, I mean, most of it all works, apart from there's no gradient display on the bottom one. Everything's movable, so you can just put things wherever you want. Oh, not that one, apparently. Okay. Well, you can move this one. Put them up there if you want. And you can move the little compass. You could make stuff overlap if you wanted to. Yeah, fair enough. It's a little bit adjustable. You can do things. The gameplay wise, yeah, we heard all those things happen and do it. And we can have radio things. Well, there's no radio transmissions.
You have obviously already started your service. Please let us know before you start next time.
Oh,
Good afternoon.
told off by a game. Well, there you go. So, am I happy with it? Nah, not really. I think it's a bit limited. It needs some more development. The gradients really need to work down here. The next station prompts are nice. I do like that. The signals actually show the state of the next signal. Proceed, caution, or stop. That I do like quite a lot. It's closer to TSW2, I guess. I personally don't need the zone reminder, but some people might like that. Some people might like the compass. Yeah, just because I don't like them doesn't mean other people wouldn't. Oh, that's a reminder that we're going to be stopping soon because it's playing a PIS. Or is that a reminder that I just drove through a station? I think I just drove through a station. Whatever. Anyway, yeah, it needs some work. It really does. So right now, could I recommend it to viewers? No, I'd wait. I really would. The guy gives you quick enough responses on the support forum, but I don't like the support responses very much. Run it in admin mode? Really? Yeah, nah. I think this will be going away for a little while until it gets better, personally. So, I hope this has been helpful for you in maybe making your own decision. Feel free to ask me any questions in the comments. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you later.